But I want to talk about silver. I had a compendium of things that I wrote about gold in the last decade, and I put them all together, and there was a little book called Gold Investment of the Decade. One of the few guys to project that ahead of time was Rob McEwen. And I have said that I hope at the end of this decade, I'll put together a compendium of all the things I've written on silver, and I'll title that Silver Investment of the Decade. Why do I think it'll be investment of the decade? I'm a supply-demand guy, okay? By the way, it's interesting, even though I'm a supply-demand guy, and I thought there was a shortage when I first started buying it, in my dreams, I never believed we'd be printing money 8 years later, and we'd have bank runs in Europe 10 years later. Bank runs. We have bank runs going on. You must know that. The money's fleeing the Greek bank system, fleeing the Spanish bank system. Undoubtedly, it's fleeing the Iranian banking system as we speak today, where their currency just went down 40% in a week. And if they would have owned gold, they wouldn't have lost a cent. Every goddamn Iranian, if they would have owned gold, they wouldn't have lost a cent. And every Argentinian wouldn't have lost anything if they would have owned gold. And those of you who believe in fiat currencies, if it goes down and you don't own gold, you have no one but yourself to blame. Same with Iceland. They got blown out. If you would have owned gold, you wouldn't have lost the 60%. If you want to trust your governments and your central bankers, you go right ahead. Well, we've seen lots of evidence that are not to be trusted. Okay, so there's the silver supply. That's, I think, mine supply. I use a number of 900 million when I talk about silver, just out of interest. So I do the same analysis, but I do it from 05. And here are the changes. That we actually increased mine supply, mint sales, U.S. Central Fund of Canada buying silver, China, the change in China, and the change, what's that? Oh yeah, the USA used to sell 100 million ounces a year for 40 years because they had 4 billion ounces of silver. They stopped selling it in about 05 or 6 or 7. So I got a 319 million ounce change in a 900 million ounce market, and I've included the increase in the supply from the mines. Well, how the hell can that go on? And in all this analysis, by the way, this is just 6 things. I don't see me in there buying all that silver that I bought back in 2001. I don't see any silver that anybody bought. I don't see, for example, any of the gold that David Einhorn bought, or that University of Texas bought, or that I bought for my funds. None of that's in the data because I have to go to public sources to get this. I got no gold bought by Russian billionaires, by Saudi sheiks. I don't have the data. Now, if you think those guys bought less gold in 2012 than 2000, you go ahead and believe it. And they're not in my numbers. Okay. I don't care about that. Here's what I care about. No, I don't even care about that. Well, it used to historically trade at a 16-to-1 ratio. It trades at about 52 or 3 to 1. What I want to tell you is, and I would love you all to go to the U.S. Mint website. There is a website that the U.S. Mint has where it shows you gold and silver sales. Look at it yourself, and you will find out a very interesting data point. The dollar value of silver sales last year was equal to the dollar value of gold sales. Okay, well, if the price is 50 to 1, that means people bought 50 times more silver than gold. 50 times more. When our silver trust does an issue and the gold trust does an issue, we raise 250 million in both of them. We buy 50 times more silver than gold. But the amount of gold available to purchase every year is 80 million ounces. The amount available of silver for investment is 450 million. Let's call it a ratio of 6:1. So for every ounce of gold bought, investors can buy 6 ounces of gold. 6. They buy 50. I was at a Brinks conference. I had an agent from Canada and a dealer from the US. I said, well, what do you sell? What do you do in silver? I said, we sell more dollars of silver than gold. Independent survey. Gold Money, an internet site that deals international, sell as many dollars of silver as gold. 50 times more. I will guarantee you, the world cannot buy 50 times more silver than gold. And the availability of inventory in the world of gold versus silver. All the gold in the world times $1,700.70 and all the silver inventory in the world, the ratio is 150 times more gold than silver in dollars. 150 times more. I even saw an article where the electronic trading of silver and gold in India, they were buying more silver. And the article went on to say they thought they would start buying silver in India. They're already traded equally. Even on the SLV versus the GLD, it's about a 4-to-1 ratio, which is ridiculous. We have, for every $4 going into gold, we got $1 trading in the SLV, like the GLD versus the SLV. Well, there's no way that people can invest their money that way. So we've had a great wealth redistribution going on, and two of the beneficiaries of that are sitting in this room, and they're talking to you today. Because I very well remember buying gold in 2000 and stocks in 2000. And Rob McEwen ran a company in 2000. That probably went up more than this, way more than that. But the UE Gold Index has gone up 1,600% in 13 years. 1,600. What the hell have the other indices done? Next to nothing. There's a lot of wealth has already been redistributed. Already. Oh, this is just gold versus all the other currencies. Okay, the message is, don't trust the currencies. Don't trust the government data. Use your common sense. You got to own gold and silver. And my preference is silver. Thank you.